LA on strike as city workers, Hollywood writers, actors, and others picket. It has been more than a month since workers at some 46 local hotels went on strike, calling on hotels to provide workers living wages and better benefits. With more on the hotel workers strike, I'm joined by Petersen. He's the co-president of Unite Here Local 11. That's the union representing the striking workers. Kurt, good to see you. You were last with me on day 2 of the strike, so just over a month ago. You made it very clear that the workers are going to stay strong and be out there as long as it takes. You also made it clear no one was at the negotiating table. Where does it stand now?
Yeah, where it stands now is that workers continue to demand a wage that will allow them to live in Los Angeles. I think that's at essence, every single Angelino's main worry right now is whether or not they're going to be able to live in Los Angeles, or is it only going to be for a city of the wealthy, or are those who teach, who cook, who act, who write, are those who make this city so prosperous and so beautiful? Will they be able to live in Los Angeles? And our folks, after a month of waves of strikes, are more determined than ever. We had 26 hotels out this last weekend, 46 in all, as you said, and our people believe that this is the fight that they have to continue on, and there's no turning back. Right now, the industry, as you asked, where are they at? Well, they are the only ones in the city of Los Angeles who don't think we should be talking about a wage that will allow people to live in Los Angeles. They are tone deaf. They need to be, need to join the chorus of allies and supporters and every Angelino that this is necessary for our city to survive.
Does that mean that there is no talking, there is no negotiations? Is that a standstill still?
Yeah, we had a session a few weeks ago, and the industry actually moved backwards. They put less on the table than they had before. I think their strategy is to wait us out. I think, once again, they underestimate the strength and determination of their workers. They have always seemed to make that error, and I think they're making it again. I also think they underestimate the solidarity of the regular folks. I've never been in a strike situation where there's been so much support on the street for these workers. I feel like our members, who really are heroes of Los Angeles right now, they've inspired so many people, both in unions and not in unions, to step up and want to fight. I mean, we have workers at other hotels coming up to us and say, how do we get involved? Because we're not making enough. We can't live in Los Angeles. So I feel like we're on the right path. We have the right message, and we're not going to stop fighting until we get what we deserve.
Well, meanwhile, speaking of fighting, things have gotten pretty ugly on the picket lines, not just in LA County, but in Orange County as well. We have this video. This is from over the weekend. This is right in front of the Fairmont in Santa Monica, where striking workers and hotel private security got into scuffles, and people recorded it, obviously. What have you seen, because you've been out there on the front lines, what's driving this behavior? And for those hotels who claim it's the striking workers being disruptive, what do you say?
Look, a strike is disruptive by nature. The workers are making an enormous sacrifice. These workers who live paycheck to paycheck have decided to go without a paycheck in order to fight for what they believe in. Hotels, I think, are losing their nerve. I think they are running out of options, and when desperate companies, they do desperate things, and they are the cause of this violence. It's shameful. The Fairmont Miramar, shame on them. Instead of, their workers are out there saying, we need more money in order to be able to live in this city, and the response of the hotel has been to throw them on the ground and use violence against them. We are committed to nonviolence. That's what we believe in. Cesar Chavez, United Farm Workers, Reverend Lawson, this is our creed. Our members are peaceful protesters. Those security guards lost control, and shame on them and shame on the Fairmont Miramar. It's a blessing none of our members were seriously hurt.
You sort of alluded to the idea of what we've been calling the hot labor summer, with so many people on strike. Obviously, not just hotel workers, but writers and actors. Earlier in the year, we had teachers. Today, we saw LA city workers. Are you at all concerned that this whole striking atmosphere could backfire?
I mean, I think actually quite the opposite. I feel like, again, we have sort of, we're all on this wave of how are we going to live in this city? I mean, that is everyone's question. Whether you're a teacher or you're a city worker or you're a hotel worker, all workers sacrificed during the pandemic. Everyone did, whether you lost your job or you ended up working twice as hard. I mean, every worker put themselves at danger. And then when they got back to work, whether it was in the entertainment industry or the hotels, the industry decided that they would exploit the pandemic and give us more work for less money. And so people are really angry. They're angry about how they've been treated during the pandemic, coming out of the pandemic, and they're angry because they can't pay their rent. And so I think, if anything, this thing is blossoming into a beautiful moment, a transformative moment for our city. I think it's an opportunity for us to finally turn that corner and say, this is a city that's going to allow everyone who makes the city work be able to live here. And I really believe we're on the cusp of that. It's a moment for our entire region, but I think heading out of this strike and into the fall, if we have to, our members are determined, as are seemingly every Angelino, that this is a righteous fight, and we're going to keep going until we win.
All right, Kurt Petersen, co-president of Unite Here, Local 11. Thank you for being with me tonight.
Thank you, Marlo.